Every sound you hear begins with a vibration, whether it is from a plucked guitar string or from a struck drum or even a whisper. They all need some movement to be heard. When you pluck a string, it vibrates, pushing the air around it, and your ear catches those ripples, which you hear it. And that is called as sound, right? In ancient Indian thought, it is called Ahata Nāda, the struck sound, the vibration you hear when two objects interact or collide. What if there is a sound that exists even when nothing is moving? No strings, no drums, not even air. A sound that is just there even in complete silence. It reminds me of that famous, iconic line of Sholay movie. Itna sannata kyun hai bhai? The character who told this dialogue was blind, yet he felt the silence. Was he only reacting to the stillness outside or sensing a vibration within? Maybe he wasn't hearing his ears anymore. Maybe he was listening with his entire being. That scene from Sholay still lingers in my memory. Vivid, alive. It left me searching for answers, and that search led me to the thought of Himalayas, a place the world often calls silent, but the ancient yogis, they say otherwise. Himalayas are silent, are they really? During a quiet mountain retreat, the young seeker asks his guru, Guruji, it's so quiet here. I feel like I can hear something inside me. The guru smiled, eyes half closed, and whispered, You are not hearing with your ears anymore. You are listening with your being. There is a sound that doesn't need to be struck. No claps, no bells, no instruments. Just a vibration that exists even in total silence. And it is hidden inside you. The young seeker experienced it with the help of Guruji. Indian yogis called it Anahata Nāda, the unstruck sound, the pulse of your own existence. And my dear friends, scientists today talk about the binaural beats. Tones that are heard not in the air but inside your mind. Could it be that the yogis had heard it first, even before any experiments were conducted? Let us fast forward it. Centuries later, far from the Himalayas, in the freezing quantum lab, scientists cool atoms to absolute zero temperature. Now you all know what absolute zero temperature is. Minus 273.15 degrees centigrade, or simply we call it as 0 Kelvin, where all motion should stop. But guess what? Even there, in the vast silence of space, vibrations remain, a subtle humming presence, untouched, unheard, yet undeniably always on, never silent. Modern physicists call it as zero-point energy. Same idea, centuries apart, but in different words. Sloka on one side and science on the other, but both are describing the same timeless phenomena, a vibration that exists without contact. What if slokas weren't just spiritual poetry? What if they were encrypted codes of quantum science? Can we draw parallels? My dear friends, subscribe and let us begin this journey of decoding ancient Indian wisdom through the lens of modern science. Namaste. Welcome to Slokas to STEM, where Sanskrit and Telugu verses aren't just chants. They are scientific idea wrapped in rhythm. And I am Mahesh Mohan Mamunooru, and this is CM Hub, where tradition meets technology, bridging ancient slokas with the modern STEM to rediscover our roots through timeless parallels between sacred wisdom and scientific thought. But what is this Slokas to STEM? Slokas to STEM is a journey to rediscover ancient Indian wisdom, not as myth not as nostalgia but as a real scientific insight. Within every sloka lies more than just poetry. It carries layers of spirituality, ancient science, and timeless wisdom on sound, light, numbers, health, and consciousness. Our ancestors didn't separate poetry from science. They made science musical, memorable, and multi-layered. My dear friends, through this series, we are not rewriting anything. We are revealing how Sanskrit slokas are actually carriers of deep scientific truths, but in a different word. Now, why does it matter today? In a world rushing towards technology, where speed dominates, where technology accelerates, where Western models influence how we learn, we are slowly drifting away from our cultural roots. We are forgetting where thinking itself has begun. We memorize formulas but forget their origin. We use gadgets but ignore the philosophies behind theory. We speak of quantum science but forget that our ancestors spoke of Anahata, Nāda, and Jyoti millennia ago. This series tells every learner you don't have to choose between tradition and technology. Your roots and your future can grow together. Indian knowledge was never anti-science. By revisiting these ancient verses through the lens of modern science, we are not merely paying tribute to our heritage. We are reclaiming the pride that comes from understanding it. If I have to put it in one line, Slokas to STEM is a journey to decode our past and ignite our future, proving that our traditions were never outdated, just waiting to be translated. Let me take you to one such sloka which helps us understand sound and vibrations and how the ancestors must have predicted this long before the scientific theory has proposed. Anahata Nādaḥ paramam padam. ప్రతి పదాన్ని విడమర్చి చెప్పినట్టయితే వర్డ్ టు వర్డ్ మీనింగ్ తీసుకున్నట్టయితే అనాహత అంటే తాకకుండా ఉత్పన్నమయ్యే ధ్వని, సౌండ్ దట్ అరైజెస్ వితౌట్ కాంటాక్ట్. నాదః అంటే శబ్దం లేదా స్పందన, వైబ్రేషన్ ఆర్ రెజొనెన్స్. పరమం అత్యున్నతమైన, ద హైయెస్ట్ ఆర్ అల్టిమేట్. పదం ఇట్ మీన్స్ గమ్యస్థానం లేదా స్థితి, డెస్టినేషన్ ఆర్ ఎ స్టేట్ ఆఫ్ బీయింగ్. మై ఫ్రెండ్స్, లుక్ ఎట్ దిస్ శ్లోక. This line speaks of vibration not born from physical contact but one that resonates from within. Anahata Nādaḥ అంటే గాయపడని ధ్వని లేదా అన్స్ట్రక్ సౌండ్. ఇది హిందూ యోగ సాంప్రదాయంలో 4వ ప్రాథమిక చక్రమైన అనాహత చక్రంతో సంబంధం కలిగి ఉంటుంది. ఈ అనాహత నాద అనేది విశ్వం యొక్క అంతర్గత ధ్వని, దివ్య శబ్దం. శూన్య స్థితిలో లేదా ధ్యాన స్థితిలో ఇది అనుభవించవచ్చు. ఇది శబ్దం కాదు, ఇది ఒక స్పందన. ఈ స్పందనను అందుకుంటే మనిషి పరమ శాంత స్థితికి చేరుతాడని చెప్పేసి ఈ శ్లోకం చెప్తుంది. ఇట్ రిఫర్స్ టు ది అనాహత చక్ర, ద హార్ట్ సెంటర్, ఏ గేట్వే టు డీప్ పీస్ అండ్ ఇన్నర్ అవేర్నెస్. నాట్ ఎ సౌండ్ టు బి హర్డ్ బట్ ఎ వైబ్రేషన్ టు బి ఫెల్ట్. Now look how closely it mirrors a scientific concept discovered much later, and that sparks the curiosity and bridges cultures. It's a comparative pedagogy, not pseudoscience. My dear friends, this idea from Sloka reminds us of concepts now described in quantum mechanics. Let us just try to connect it to physics, but step by step. Step 1. అసలు సౌండ్ అంటే ఏంటి? వాట్ ఈస్ సౌండ్? Science says sound is a mechanical vibration. It needs a medium like air, water, or a metal to travel. So if you have to normally tell it, we say no contact is equal to no sound. No vibration is equal to no sound. But what if there is no medium? Like in space. In space, there is no air. సో సౌండ్ కెనాట్ ట్రావెల్. సౌండ్కి ఒక మీడియం కావాలి. అంటే మీడియం అనేది లేనప్పుడు దెన్ దెర్ ఈస్ నో పాసిబిలిటీ ఆఫ్ ద సౌండ్. కానీ ఈవెన్ దేర్ క్వాంటమ్ ఫిజిక్స్ సేస్ వైబ్రేషన్స్ స్టిల్ ఎగ్జిస్ట్ యాజ్ జీరో పాయింట్ ఎనర్జీ, a background hum that is always there. What is this 0 point energy? Even in what we call an absolute vacuum, even when cooled to absolute zero, that is minus 273.15 degrees, which according to chemistry or physics means that all thermal motion should stop. No particles, no heat, but motion still exists. The atoms still vibrate, still fluctuate, and still has energy. And this motion is what is called 0 point energy. The lowest possible energy a quantum system can have. It's a fundamental concept in quantum mechanics arising from the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, which dictates that certain pairs of physical properties like position and momentum cannot be known with perfect accuracy simultaneously. Chemistry students ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో ఈ హీజన్బర్గ్ అన్సర్టనిటీ ప్రిన్సిపల్ని అర్థం చేసుకుంటారు. You cannot determine both the position and the momentum of a subatomic particle like electron simultaneously and accurately. This inherent uncertainty means that even at absolute zero, particles still possess a residual energy, preventing them from being completely at rest, unheard, untouched, and undeniably real. These are not normal sounds. They are quantum level vibrations. మరి ఇది శ్లోకా తోటి ఎలా మ్యాచ్ అవుతుంది? How can we connect it with the శ్లోకా? What yogic texts call Anahata Nāda, the unstruck subtle vibration from within, physics now calls it as 0 point energy, the constant baseline buzz of the universe. These vibrations happen without physical collision and exist at absolute zero temperature. Exactly, Anahata, the unstruck vibrations. How do we use these vibrations today? In the initial part, I have told you binaural beats. ఈ binaural beats ని మనం brain anahata laga kuda అనుకోవచ్చు. Let us imagine this. Play 440 Hz in one ear and 444 Hz in the other. Your brain internally creates the difference of 4 Hz. Not a Hz sound, it's an internal resonance. Your brain feels that frequency. And where are these binaural beats used for? It is used for meditation, anxiety relief, focus and creativity, modern vision of listening to the unstruck sound. ఇంకెక్కడ యూస్ చేయొచ్చు? మనం ఈ మధ్య రెగ్యులర్గా నాయిస్ క్యాన్సిలింగ్ హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ అంటాం. నాయిస్ క్యాన్సిలింగ్ హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ హ్యావ్ ఎ కంట్రోల్డ్ వైబ్రేషన్ అండ్ దీస్ హెడ్ ఫోన్స్ లిసన్ టు ఎక్స్టర్నల్ సౌండ్ అండ్ ప్రొడ్యూస్ ది ఆపోజిట్ వైబ్రేషన్ టు క్యాన్సిల్ ఇట్. అండ్ దాన్నే ఫిజిక్స్లో డిస్ట్రక్టివ్ ఇంటర్ఫియరెన్స్ అంటారు, వేర్ వేవ్స్ క్యాన్సిల్ ఈచ్ అదర్, వేర్ వన్ వేవ్ మూవ్స్ అప్వర్డ్ అండ్ ది అదర్ వేవ్ మూవ్స్ డౌన్వర్డ్, క్యాన్సిలింగ్ ఈచ్ అదర్ ఆర్ నలిఫైయింగ్ ఈచ్ అదర్. దీన్నే ఫిజిక్స్ ఆర్ కెమిస్ట్రీ భాషలో చెప్పాలంటే ద క్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ వన్ వేవ్ ఫాల్స్ ఆన్ ది ట్రఫ్ అండ్ ద ట్రఫ్ ఆఫ్ ది ఫస్ట్ వేవ్ ఫాల్స్ ఆన్ ది క్రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది సెకండ్, thereby nullifying the vibrations. Just like meditation cancels mental noise, physics cancels real noise using opposite vibrations. ఇంకెక్కడ యూస్ చేయొచ్చు? MRI and ultrasound, vibrations that visualize the invisible. MRI uses magnetic fields. Ultrasound uses high frequency sound waves to create internal body images. But what is so significant about it and how do we connect it to Anahata Nāda? Both use non-contact, precise vibrations, our version of Anahata Nāda. Music is now used in hospitals to treat depression, PTSD. What is this PTSD? It is called post-traumatic stress disorder, Alzheimer's and autism. Yogis used chanting and mantras. And today we use the medical grade frequencies. Kani ee renditlo principle is same. The same principle of unstruck sound. When you sit in silence and feel a vibration inside, you are experiencing Anahata Nāda, the vibration within. So today we have taken a single line, Anahata Nādaḥ Paramam Padam. What yogis felt in the silence of heart, scientists now measure in the silence of atoms. We traveled through the realms of philosophy, yoga, quantum physics, neuroscience, and modern medicine. What once sounded like mystic poetry is now echoed in MRI scanners, binaural beats, and brainwave therapy. The yogas called it Nāda, scientists call it as zero-point energy, but the essence remains the same. There is a vibration within you that was never born from touch. It was always there, unstruck, undisturbed, unbroken. This isn't just a sloka, it's a reminder that silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of something deeper. My dear friends, our ancestors didn't use the terms like quantum physics, quantum field, or zero-point energy. What we are doing in this series is not retrofitting science into slokas, we are simply drawing parallels. How ancient poetic ideas resonate with the modern discoveries. Anahata Nādaḥ is a yogic experience and zero-point energy is a physical phenomena, but both describe vibrations that exist without contact. The language differs, but the essence aligns. That's the bridge we are exploring, not a replacement, but a reinterpretation. In our next episode, we move from sound to light to explore a sloka that doesn't just talk about Jyoti as a lamp or flame, but as a code for energy, frequency, and the power that fuels consciousness itself. Until then, stay rooted, stay curious, and keep listening, not with your ears, but with your inner self. This is Mahesh Mohan Mamunooru from CM Hub, decoding tradition, but one sloka at a time. Take care. Bye-bye.